going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and thanks for spending your day here with us on Northern Life. No Briggs, unfortunately.
No Briggs, yep.
But it isn't just the two of us. We got a special guest here today, and that's because, who do we have, Ryan?
We got the guy who's been here almost 9 years now at Northern News. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in our evening anchor, Dan Wolf.
Woo!
Hey!
Dan, what's going on, my friend?
Thanks for having me, guys. It's so relaxed, so chill.
It's cool.
I'm just
cool.
I'm just having a good time. I don't want to go back to the news desk. I want to stay right
It's hard
here.
leaving these chairs.
Yeah, we take
Chairs are comfy.
2 naps a day usually up here. We just spread on out, and it's a great time.
I like it.
But how are you doing? How's life?
You know what? I'm good. It's getting through April here. We're almost to the fishing opener, and that's kind of when my summer begins. So until then, just suffering through April, and excited to be here with you guys today on the Northern Life set. This is I've done shoots with you guys.
Yes, yes.
Done stories. We went ice fishing and stuff. Never sat here before. It's fantastic.
How does it feel? Are you excited? Are you
I
Feel like you made it big time now? No?
big time?
Hashtag blessed.
There we
That's
go.
how I feel.
Hashtag. Let's get the hashtag blessed. Well, big news we're talking about. We got Dan here for a reason. But Dan, just like your special reports, we want to do some digging when it comes to getting to the bottom of things. And so, like every other Northern Life guest we've had so far, we go back in YouTube a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, no.
We find some old videos. You know, the Omaha product that you are.
Well, it's time for me to
Dan's taking off.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of no comments about to come up. But we did find some old videos of Daniel Wolf, Omaha, also Rochester, Minnesota. I know, Shania, let's see the old Daniel Wolf on the streets for KETV in Omaha, Nebraska.
Whoa.
What was life like back then for you in Omaha?
I didn't even know this existed anywhere. But I'm going to make sure after the show it doesn't exist anywhere.
Flag it on YouTube.
Gonna report it on YouTube.
Yep.
Look at the hair. I was so young and full of joy back then. And no, that's my first live report ever.
Wow.
I was so scared that I had an index card in front of me. You can see me keep looking down at that.
Sure.
Like, please, Lord, just get me through this without stumbling and fumbling everywhere.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was 22 there, 23, fresh out of school. And man, boy, that brings back some memories.
Yeah, how about that?
And not to get like dark here on Northern Life.
Oh, yikes.
Well, so that first live report, most people when they're new journalists, they'll get sent to like a back to school drive.
Right.
Or,
Lutefisk tasting.
Lutefisk tasting
Yep.
early on. My first live report ever, it was a car rolled into a house and people had to be airlifted.
Oh, no. My
And I'm standing here like, shouldn't you have somebody else?
Yes.
Because, that place was full of experienced 20, 30-plus-year-old journalists.
Yeah.
And there's me just, hey guys, I'm sorry, it's me. That's how I felt at the time. But kudos for finding those. I didn't know they existed anymore.
Well,
That's impressive.
Good on you for tackling the big topic of the day.
Yes.
Down in Omaha.
How did it go? Was it okay?
I think it went okay. I got through it. I completely blacked out, in that moment. You get done, you're like, what did I say?
Yes.
You just your mouth is dry, shaking, but it felt good to get it out of the way, and then you just slowly build confidence with each successive live report after that hopefully isn't as dark and tragic as the first one.
We're trying to do that every day here on Northern Life. Hopefully our shows, one after the other, gets slightly better.
A little bit
Slightly better.
anyway.
Well, let's get to the real reason you're here, Dan, while those videos were great. You're taking an exciting trip across the pond to 2026, and here's what we're going to be talking about today.
Hi, I'm Dan Wolf, inviting you to join me April 9th, 2026 to discover the shades of Ireland with Colette. From historic Dublin, lovely Killarney, to the amazing cliffs of Moher, we'll experience the scenic wonders of the Ring of Kerry, which is one of the world's greatest coastal roads, and even stay overnight at a regal castle. This and so much more. Don't miss out. Visit northernnewsnow.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
So Dan, talk to us about this amazing getaway you're going to be going on next year. Sounds like the trip of a lifetime for many Northlanders out there that can take advantage of it.
Life is hard. And this job and this upcoming trip is going to be adversity like I really haven't faced before.
You'll find a way. It's just like your first live shot. You're going to find a way
right.
through getting. Yeah.
I hope
through.
so.
Yep.
You know, it's going to be tough, but I'll be a better person on the other side for having gone through it. No, it is such a privilege to be able to do something like this, and you know, this job has provided me with so many experiences that I never would have otherwise had.
Right.
Talking to vice presidents, interviewing them. You know, just so many different story shoots and things that I've been blessed to be able to do. And this is just the latest one. So, yeah, Colette, which is just an incredible travel agency, is allowing me to go along and hopefully bring you and a lot of other people who watch us every day to Ireland. And we're just going to tour it together. I've never been to Ireland. This is going to be a new experience for me. Colette, they're the experts who are going to guide us through. I'm going to be along for the ride, hoping to help everybody have a really good time, and I'm just excited to go.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Hey, you're going to want to know that it's taking place April 9th through the 18th in 2026. You got 10 days, 13 meals, a whole lot of fun stops included. You can find more information at northernnewsnow.com, our website, and find that tab that says Ireland at the top of it. Also, we're going to have more information coming up later in our show talking about the informational meeting you can take advantage of. So I have actually been to Ireland before.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it to anybody out there.
Yeah.
I went back in, I believe, 2018. I went to Dingle and Cork, and just the people of Ireland are fantastic.
Cool.
You've had Guinness here in the U.S. probably. It is not the same. It is different there.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is like drinking the most beautiful water of all time.
That's
Drinking
crazy.
Guinness over there, but
Also-
it sounds like it's going to be good stuff.
Dingle and Cork are made up cities. Those aren't real.
Yeah, I'm
areas,
like,
are
you
they?
don't know what you're talking about. You made that up.
Dingle, Ireland.
Oh, it's a Kringle and
they're-
Kringle.
They're famous for a dolphin named Fungi. So that's another fun fact.
I don't know those words.
Well, you're going to want to book your trip to Ireland. Dan Wolf here with us on Northern Life today. We're going to see you after the break with more all sorts of fun. Welcome back, everybody. Still joined here by Dan Wolf, our Northern News Now evening anchor. Dan, have you ever seen our Does It Work segments that we share?
It's been a while. You're going to have to refresh my memory
Sure.
on how this works.
All right, so there are a lot of products out there in this world, obviously. Some are better than others, okay? We've had like a hot dog spiraling machine on the show before. We've had...
A leaf picker-upper that like specializes in
which is
raking.
also a rake.
Also a
Yep.
rake.
So we got another one this week. You're going to give it the big old thumbs up or the thumbs down afterward.
Okay.
And what you're going to find with the majority of these are there are a lot of thumbs down products
Okay.
out there. You know,
All
a
right.
lot of iffy sort of things.
They're worth a watch, though.
They are worth a watch.
Entertaining.
Yes,
Right.
they're always interesting. And
Got
today
it.
is no different because we've got Rachel Hackbarth, and she's testing out a vacuum that looks like a bird, I guess. And the makers of the horsepower duck say that their product can clean everything from the crumbs in your home to the dog fur in your car.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Rachel's going to put it to the test for this week's Does It Work?
Kelly Perrier likes to keep a clean house, but with 2 kids, that can sometimes get tricky. Could a duck-shaped tool that costs almost $60 be your next secret weapon in keeping that clean home?
It definitely resembles a duck. I like the part it looks like that'll be picking stuff up. Definitely looks like a bill.
The makers claim this cordless, rechargeable duck has such strong suction it can even pick up small hardware. These included accessories are supposed to help in a variety of settings.
Yeah, it's definitely lightweight. I feel like no matter your strength, you'd be able to handle this for sure.
But if the duck is this lightweight, can it really tackle a big mess?
So it looks like we just press the button. Feels like it has good power. Yeah. Quickly sucking up those crumbs.
Kelly says yes it can. She even thinks it's stronger than her tried and true Dustbuster.
I feel like it has better suction, honestly. I mean, the only negative I can think of is I feel like the Dustbuster has a little wider mouth on it.
The accessories are proving to be just as useful.
Still has good suction even with that. So you could probably like get up under something easier maybe. Easily sucked up all the crumbs and nothing's like shaking out or anything.
Lightweight, strong suction, and easy to store. Kelly says the horsepower duck checks all of the boxes. This mom thinks it works.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it works. Yeah, I think it's good. Might be a good gift idea to give somebody.
For Does It Work? I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
Dan, initial
Probably
thoughts?
start with Dan, yeah.
You know, just the other day, I'm like, how can I suck up all my hardware I've got laying around? Just nails and screws everywhere. If only I had a duck that could just take care of this.
That was also a horse.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the part I missed. Why is it a duck? Why is it in the shape of a duck?
I don't know, 'cause it's cool.
I guess.
Imagine
But like,
showing your friends a mallard-shaped vacuum.
ducks aren't known for sucking up anything, or like they
Bread?
eat bread. I guess
Yeah.
they eat
Breadcrumbs?
breadcrumbs, perhaps, but not nails and knives,
Screws.
screws and things
Yeah.
like that. I didn't get it, but
You know what? If I'm looking for one of those like white elephant gifts,
Oh.
like at a
Yes.
Christmas party, something, a talker, thumbs up.
Oh.
there we
Let's go.
60
It serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Would I buy it? No. But it serves a purpose.
It would be a talking piece.
yes,
Talking
a
piece.
That's all it's all
$60
about.
talking.
I'm gonna go no though. I'm gonna say no.
I'm going thumbs
Yeah.
down. I think
It does work. though.
Thumbs up. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I like that.
We need more duck vacuums in life. Well, speaking of does it work, Dan here, obviously working right now. And he was
Yes.
putting in great work this past year because thanks to the folks at home watching us, you voted him best reporter in the Duluth Readers Best of the Northland for 2024. How about that, Dan?
Really cool. A great honor. Appreciate everyone who voted for me. Put in a lot of work on a lot of special reports. And yeah, really appreciate you bringing it up. Anytime I can tout that,
It's pretty amazing.
works out, yeah.
Obviously, people love you around the region here, Dan, and you're
Well,
a mainstay
thank you.
here in the newsroom and help out. I mean, obviously, one of the big leaders in our newsroom. So.
Yeah, and we could talk about those special reports too, Dan. You know, a lot of work goes into that. Could you give the folks at home maybe an idea as to how much time and effort goes into creating the special reports? I know you had the recent NIMBY versus YIMBY report.
Yeah.
It's so much thought and time that goes into it. What kind of insight can you provide viewers out there?
Yeah, so yeah, this story right here, like you said, NIMBY versus YIMBY, that one I first started, seeing some information out there, some work in the legislature that gave me the idea for the story. Thought it was very relevant to the Duluth area in particular. That was probably a month and a half, 2 months before it aired.
Wow.
And so probably spent another month or so brainstorming, researching, doing interviews, then writing, putting things together. So it's just a lot of time, and you're herding cats with interviews and information and trying to get it all together and put it into something that makes sense and is informative.
Right. A lot of planning goes into that.
A lot of planning.
Also,
yeah.
another cool thing, we talked about it previously on the show here, just earlier rather, you've had a lot of high-profile interviews that you've had with leaders. I remember the one you had with former Vice President Mike Pence here in Duluth. How do you come up with the questions? And I feel like I personally would be so anxious getting ready for those interviews.
Yeah, I mean, definitely anxious, and any journalist who tells you they're not anxious thinking about it is lying. I think it's just important to be relevant. What's relevant to our viewers, our area, and kind of let that relevance guide your questions and the conversations that you're going to be having with our elected officials.
Well said. And any story ideas you got, be sure to email
Yes.
them to Dan. Otherwise, you can also find him on Facebook too. Send him those messages so you can get the next special report plan. Plenty more to talk about with Dan Wolf when we come back here on Northern Live. Welcome back, everybody. Still joined here with our Northern News Now co-worker Dan Wolf, our evening anchor. Dan, during the commercial break, goes, after the first block, I was kind of thinking, was I supposed to leave?
Did I miss a social cue or something?
When we ask people on the show, I try my best. It all goes with the planning. It's like, we're going to maybe have like 6 minutes or 4 minutes, and then sometimes we're like, yeah, join us for the show. But it's like, is it the whole show?
Yeah.
Is it part of
Right.
the show? Yeah.
Just a piece? And we want you on the whole show,
Oh,
Dan.
thanks, guys. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't miss a social cue, and that I am still supposed to be here, and that I'm not making it awkward for you guys right now.
Just walks out halfway through the block.
All right.
well,
Yeah, totally. I guess we'll talk about ducks. Hey,
Yes.
well, we are actually going to talk about more ducks because, are loons
Loons.
ducks?
No, they're not, I
No.
don't think they're not
Birds.
the same thing, right? They're just a
Birds.
different bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Like
Hunter,
aquatic thing.
up at your house,
Yes.
you had some loon visitors at your place.
Yeah, it's just crazy how fast it happens because literally the ice
Mm-hmm.
just started going out. There's still a fourth of the lake that has ice on it, and the loons have already come in and started making nests and probably started procreating perhaps, and they're making the lake their own.
You live there. You could just keep a close eye on them and confirm that.
Might be my time to head out here.
Right? Yeah. It'll just be Hunter
my
at the,
cue.
end, at the end of the show. It'll just be me. But it's crazy. It just seems to happen earlier and earlier. It's just amazing how fast it happens
Yeah.
as soon as the ice goes out. And now we're getting ready here for open water fishing. Let's go.
Absolutely. I got home last night, and it was the first time I've heard the frogs croaking.
Yes.
That's kind of one of the first, sounds of spring.
Yep.
And yeah, it's coming along quickly. We're going to be fishing here in just a few weeks.
I know summer fishing, super excited for anglers out there. Also excited for our team. Back in January, it was news versus weather when it came to our ice fishing competition. Now that you're face-to-face with Hunter here in studio, Dan, any words you want to throw his way?
This is a lake I've been fishing for a long time, and I thought it wouldn't be very courteous of me to beat Hunter and Adam in a fishing contest. You got to be nice.
Want to be, yeah. I'm just glad I caught it, something.
And
That's
you
true.
look at you.
Right.
You were reeling them in right off the bat. That was your
Yes.
first time ice fishing, right?
First time ice fishing. It was a whole lot of fun, but yeah, we were all good sports after the fact.
Yeah. I do have to say, I mean, coming up on fishing opener, I'm going to go on a northern Minnesota lake that Dan has been to quite a bit, and I wanted to ask you about kind of the details about maybe where to find some crappies and find some other fish like that, walleye perhaps. But
Yeah.
I mean, after seeing that dismal performance, I don't think I'm going to ask you anymore about how to find the fish. I think I can go to my own and just figure it out. And
Here's the thing. I know Hunter so well that I knew he was about to say something, humorous, but he said so many nice, kind things on the way to that question.
it's like a compliment sandwich with a really big compliment.
I didn't see it coming, and just the backhand there, I feel
That's a good word
I
for
feel it on my face right now.
Yeah.
But I will say, even if I did have that lake dialed in and know where to catch him, I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, no!
So
Dang
take
it.
that.
Any places you recommend Northland anglers to try out? Any favorite spots potentially?
I don't want to give away too much because I know people are going to be mad at me. This is so we were on a Hayward area lake muskie fishing for this story. Any Hayward area lake, if you're looking to do some muskie this season, is the best place you can go to find them around. I know the St. Louis River is going to be stacked with people on the fishing opener. Boy Scout Landing. You're going to want to get there super early in the morning. A friend of mine just did really well out on the big lake catching salmon. You can already fish for that. So I'm hoping for a great season ahead.
Yes.
A lot of exciting days ahead.
Yeah.
Dan Wolf with us. We'll talk more about his Ireland trip and all that information when we come back.
Welcome back, folks. All kidding aside, we love Dan Wolf and happy to have him, of course, here in this studio. And thank you for joining us here today, Dan, and hanging out with us. And before we wrap things up, did you have any final words you want to say to the folks out there about really anything you want to talk about?
You know what? Ireland is going to be amazing. It's one of those trips where it is planned out. We've got an itinerary, but at the same time, they've got downtime for us to do whatever we want at certain times. I'm very excited about that, and just to be able to tour Guinness and do some other things that aren't on the itinerary. So tag along. It's going to be a great trip. The people at Colette are incredible. And head on out Tuesday, May 13th at noon at the Inn on Lake Superior to learn more.
Beautiful.
Perfect chance to learn more information. Also, book that trip, northernnewsnow.com. We got the brochure and everything there. And also, be sure to join Dan and Briggs at weekdays at 5 p.m. and then 6 and 10 p.m. with Laura Lee. Thanks for spending your days joining our teams as always and welcoming us into your busy lives out there.
Always a good time. We love serving the people. That's our whole goal here at Northern News Now, and it's a good time.
Thanks for having me on. This has been fun. The trip down memory lane at the start of the show with those pictures, my goodness.
The best.
We're going to have to post them online.
Yes. Yep.
Please don't.
Amen.
Thanks for joining us, Dan. Thanks for joining us today. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. We hope you have a great Wednesday.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.